All right, we're here for round one of our mega draft for Lord of the Rings League. We got Rafael Prudent, whose draft we followed with his Abzan build. We'll see how far he leaned into black or white against Tony, who was winner of, I believe it was Midnight Hunt League back in the day. And he has a red-black deck. We reviewed his pool. Unfortunately for him, he was sitting next to Sawyer, who I think got some of the better cards, at least some of the bombs, but might have been they were cutting each other off of black and red. And Raphael, I mean, his green legend shell was pretty open here. What's Tony holding in his hand?
It is only red lands. We're going to see a Swarming of Moria. There's a Grishnak, an Improvised Club, a War Beast of Gargaroth. Two black cards are Easterling Vanguard and Uruk-hai Berserker, which only one of those could be cast at the current mana because he's in that treasure.
Yeah, so he sort of just had the very, very basic black red cards, but they're all good. We see Raphael starting off here with an Arwen. In hand, he has a bunch of powerful cards. He has Call of the Ring, Orcish Bowmasters. He has a Rise of the Witch King, in case one of those things dies. He has an Inherited Envelope, and he has 2 lands. So he's going to be able to deploy his stuff. Grishnak will not be able to take the Arwen, because it only counts for legendaries. He might be reading the Grishnak now. It only grabs non-legendary creatures.
Yep. I saw that happening, but could have used the treasure to deploy something equally as useless, I'd say, but...
Yeah, and I mean, Arwen, the activated ability is extremely strong and probably swings the game. Pumping Arwen and something else +1/+1 and lifelink permanently is pretty busted. But also, you could just sit there with the indestructible counter and just block for as long as you need it. So he's played his Call of the Ring, and he's left up his Orcish Bowmasters here. He may just deploy it at end step to kill off this Grishnak. So I believe is it Smite the Deathless that removes indestructible from a creature?
I believe so.
I don't know if he ended up with one. We know Sawyer next time ended up with 2. He's just going to deploy the Bowmasters. He's gonna knock off this Grishnak here.
It does not feel good when the opponent starts with Arwen and Orcish Bowmasters.
Is he clubbing the Bowmasters? Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I figured with the clubbing hand.
Smite the Deathless is an answer to Arwen. Yeah. And the Witch King.
Wow, he's drawn a Ents Fury and a Nazgul now, as well as another land. So he's just going to be able to play all this stuff pretty efficiently. Could see him playing the Nazgul and then attacking with Arwen to get the loot, or he could just play the envelope as well.
I didn't mention Call of the Ring too. So Ref just starts off with 3 rares on the field.
Yeah, and he's also gonna draw 3 cards this turn.
That's gross.
So he's paid 6 life, but he's drawn 3 cards, and now he gets the loot. So this is just Tony must be sitting there saying, "What in the world? Was he even in the same pot as me?" But he's seeing all these cards, and I'm here playing my little red cards. I imagine he must be very frustrated on the other side. All right, I guess he can grab a Nazgul here.
That 6 life paid is
okay.
Tony's got a Tormented Golem, 2 Uruk-hai Berserkers, still the Vanguard and the War Beast.
Yeah, that second Grishnak is that he's at 6 now. He's not going to be able to pay 2 life very much more with Call of the Ring. He does have he does have a generous Ent in hand, so that produces a food. He's also just going to go for the lifelink now.
Exactly what I was going to say. That's 7 life right there.
Yeah, Arwen has done what it needs to. It's not just 7 life, but it's attacking for effectively 10 as well.
Sure. But they're lifelink counters.
So. Yep, the lifelink stays as long as the creature's on the battlefield.
Pretty safe.
I believe Nazgul, it gained indestructible till end of turn, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, even with a perfect run out of lands and spells, I think Tony would still be extraordinarily frustrated by what he's come across here. He's at 13. He could probably pay life again. Yep, he is going to. He has an Ents Fury here if he just wants to get rid of this War Beast, but his Nazgul attacks right past it. He's just going to go for maximum damage here.
It's going to gain him an insane amount of life. So
Yeah, I mean, look, these like Nazgul plays like a rare. He's played some of the best cards in the set. Tony's had a totally, he stumbled a bit, but played reasonable, red cards, but just not really able to keep up with this onslaught here.
3 extremely good cards in the beginning of the game. We'll do that.
Yeah. He's going to Forest Cycle here. He has Rise of the Witch King he could cast now. Just to basically end this game. Yeah, this is this is very very impressive. So it looks like he's mostly black, but he has Slip on the Ring at least in his deck, which I mean, with the quality of his creatures, stands to reason that Slip on the Ring is an okay way to protect them. We get to look at his deck now. So he has just basically gone straight up 3 colors. There's no real discernible splash here. Yeah, his mana base is 6/6/7, and then a Shire and 3 Great Halls. So he's just straight down the middle, no splash. He's playing 2 and 3 drops of all 3 colors, but he's making it work. He has the Land Cyclers. He has the Great Halls. He has the Envelope. He's even playing the Shire Scarecrow as repulsed as some people may be by seeing that card in the deck. He's playing it. Interesting that he's not playing his Enraged Horns. I think he just figures my cards are so powerful, my legends are just pulling so much weight. That's not even necessary potentially. He's called this deck. He's called this deck the 0-3 special, though it wasn't behaving like that in the first game. But
the strongest starters you're going to see with the Arwen into Bowmasters and Collaring. So,
oh yeah, what's Tony thinking of over there?
Well, it looks like the 2 Bilbos we saw are in the deck in a black-red shell. There's an AON, which is a white pip. Didn't get a full look at the rest, but black-red stuff.
How's this? I mean, I don't think he had much fixing aside from maybe making treasures.
No, yeah, there wasn't. There's the Moria, which we saw let him cast a second color last game.
Yeah.
Didn't get the swamp. Not that it would have mattered, but he didn't get a swamp until late in the game there.
He probably came to the conclusion my deck's not super powerful, even being black-red, which are the best colors. I need to increase the power level, so I need to put in some of these gold cards, even if they mess up the mana a bit. It's just going to be more powerful. So Rafael does have the aforementioned Shire Scarecrow in his hand.
Mulligan here. Mulligan's looking pretty decent, I would say.
Okay. Yes, Rafael's going
to
Rafael's going to keep his Shire Scarecrow, Slip on the Ring, his Faramir, the mono white, Generous Ent, and now just drawn the Call of the Ring. So that Scarecrow might be wearing a ring very very shortly.
There's beatdown potential though, so that's getting a little scary. Because we have Ranger's Firebrand, a Goblin Far Leaper, and a Book of Mazergul. With this Easterling Vanguard, can put on some pressure.
So we got some premium uncommons here for Tony. So this is what he's going to need: a fast start, some really powerful cards, put on the pressure. He's not going to stumble like last time. Rafael's drawn a King of the Oathbreakers, which it's a nice one.
Scarecrow's doing his job though right now. Besides the fixing, it's doing its job protecting.
Like I said, the Scarecrow might be wearing a ring shortly. Not that it does anything with the ring, but
Motor Muster, a decent draw here, gets to grow his army.
Yeah, that's a problem. He doesn't have a way to remove it, does Rafael. He might just throw a Scarecrow in front of it at some point. Next turn, they're going to have Menace, so
it gets worse. If you're snapping drawn, that's a lot of pressure.
Okay, he's just gonna get rid of the Scarecrow. He's gonna say, "I don't want you to draw that extra card." Call of the Ring lets you draw a card. I'm gonna deny you the card. And if you play something next turn, it might not be able to block my Vanguard. He has drawn an Orcish Bowmasters now. Pretty interesting. He does have, so he could cast one of his 4-drops, or he could cast Bow. He's going to go for Bowmasters and then potentially slip on the ring to get a double trigger. And he's actually going to get,
dropping the 4-drop would have been bad because Grishnak's just going to steal it and mate of nearly in the game. So good thing he didn't do that.
Well, I think he's going to cast it during combat at least. He
The
wants
four
to.
drop? What's the four drop?
Well, no, he has Orcish Bowmasters, and then he has Slip on the Ring potentially.
Oh, what's the four drop he has in hand that he could have deployed?
He has Faramir, but also the King of the Oathbreakers, but neither of them can block because both of the creatures have Menace. So now what he could do is he could. Um,
Oof.
okay, he's just going to take the 6 here. If there's a Fire Leaper.
Pretty good, I guess. The ping will kill orcish bowmasters.
Yeah, Slip on the Ring not looking amazing here. I mean, he might just have to do it for the card draw also. Okay, no, he's just gonna call. He's just gonna get tempted. Yeah, he's kind of has to draw a card here. He does need a way. I mean, unless Tony has more removal, he can just sort of put stuff in front of this 5/5 for the time being.
It's a Grishnak, so kind of not removal, but and a troll. The other card's Troll of Khazar Doom, which 2 mana away from that.
Okay, yeah, that's probably gonna end the game here. Raphael does have some removal, but not a huge amount.
Well, we know he's got lifelink, so stabilizing is going to be important.
I mean, he's got 2 Arwins somewhere in his deck, but none of them here right now.
And the trees give you food.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of those right now either, though. So,
Grishnak's the only play and the only target is a Bowmaster.
I mean, he'll take it.
It does grow the thing to a 7/7.
Well, I mean, at this point, he has to block the army anyway. So the army could be like a 20/20. He still has to basically block it.
Yeah, so it's not like a.
Right,
Well,
so
and also you want to do you let the Bowmaster go through, and that's another damage there.
yeah, so this is okay. So it looks like he's gonna definitely looks like he's gonna take the rest of it here. Take the 2, potentially 3.
I was gonna say if you block Fire Leaper, he could ping off your Oakish Bowmasters.
Yeah, I think he would just kill the Faramir because now the Faramir is gonna get a token because of the ring tempting. Oh no, he didn't. He needed to tempt the Bowmasters because if he tempted the Bowmasters, he would have got a 1/1
Card.
token.
Yeah.
Yeah, Faramir says if you whenever you get tempted, if you choose someone, yeah, he's bringing it up right now. If you choose a creature other than Faramir as your ring bearer, you get a 1/1 token. So I think he just was reading up on that, so he'll know for the next time.
So hand empty except for Troll Khazad-dûm, which a land would make that playable for Tony.
Yeah, that
And
troll
a
would
non.
be close to game over here. I mean, Raphael's got some stuff to work with, but nothing that can really effectively do with that 6/5. He's got a King of the Oathbreakers. He's got a Slip Out in the Ring. He's got the Eagles of the North and an envelope. So it looks like he's going to play King and leave up Slip on the Ring. And now he's looting. He's trying to Gothmog. He's going to get rid of envelope. Okay.
The draws for Tony. An Oath of the Grey Host. To
I
Saga.
mean, Oath of the Grey Host. It gives Raphael 3 life and then takes it away. So guess there's that. So Goblin Fire Leaper, of note, you cannot target the King of the Oathbreakers with the spell, but you can target it with abilities. So the Goblin Fire Leaper potentially could target King of the Oathbreakers with its ability.
Do as much damage as equal to the power.
Yep. So it looks like a chump blocker. He does have Slip on the Ring.
Okay, that's interesting. Is he gonna blink the king?
I think he's gonna Slip on the Ring the Faramir.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the King? Well, we'll see.
You get a 1/1 if you, because it gives you a tempt as well.
Okay, so he's gonna actually keep the Bowmasters here. That gives him an extra
Gives you
creature. This time he understands what Faramir says, so he knows that he wants to choose something other to make a 1/1. Okay, so he's basically keeping most of his board here. He's willing to give up the King of the Oathbreakers. He's got a Gothbog next turn, which makes a Death Toucher to block this big 7/7. As long as Faramir's in play with Call of the Ring, he can just make tokens every turn as well.
I gotta say, Tony's hand's not doing much right now. If Prudent can stabilize what he looks like he's doing.
Yeah, he's trying here. Looks like he's gonna affect some attacks even. Yeah. Looting away
The
lands he doesn't need.
deploys 2 flyers in a few turns, or is it 3 flyers?
Yeah, the Oath of the Grey Host, I mean, it takes a long time to do much of anything, unfortunately. Not a card I've seen put to great use. But,
Things turned around quickly here. Bilbo in hand is dead. Troll the Khazad-dûm's not
well,
castable.
next turn he makes a treasure, so the Bilbo will be
True.
castable next turn.
It's probably going to be Troll, though. Oh, actually,
Makes sense.
no. Fire Leaper can be blocked. Never mind.
So of note, doesn't come up too often, but Gothmog gives all your tokens Death Touch, so that includes these little 1/1s here.
I don't think I've seen that before.
I mean, he can attack into a 7/7 with them if he wants. Well, now he's going to give them first strike, so
Death Touch.
yeah, I like it. Stylish.
That turned around quickly.
So Rafael has 3 cards in hand. Unfortunately, they're all lands for him. There's not too much going on. He's deciding how much he wants to attack with. Got to be at least a ring bearer. I mean, attacking with those tokens is just it's too desirable not to.
You want to set up lethal next turn, but there's 3 extra life on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's taking all that into account. He knows he's taking 3 damage as well next turn.
Since he's taking 3 damage, puts you in whatchamacallit range club.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's conscious of that too, right? That's sort of when you're facing a red deck, stay above 4. That's sort of the best practices. He is thinking carefully about this. He is being prudent with his attacks, of course.
That's worth it. This is probably the right attack.
I mean, they can't really be blocked. He's drawn another land, so this land situation. If he's drawing spells here, I mean, he may be turning it around anyway, but he's turning it around definitely faster if he has the. Yeah, so he's blocking with the Fire Leap here. That's not going to kill. I guess he could ping off the Bowmasters, I suppose, which has been causing him some consternation.
No, Bowmasters. Now I can draw.
Did he have something that he was using that he
No.
was? Did he have a draw spell he wasn't casting?
No.
Yeah. So now he gets to draw a card here from Faramir. One of his creatures did die. He's cycling the troll.
Thinning the deck for club. I bet. I like it.
Not what I would have expected.
Not a club.
How many clubs does he have? 2?
I don't know. At least 1. I didn't actually see. So it's an Urkai Berserker in hand besides the Bilbo and the Swamp.
Yeah, I think about 2 turns ago that 6/5 would have just been exactly what he needed to close out the game. But now that the Faramir's allowed him to go wide, it's that's more of a problem. And this Bilbo, usually Bilbo comes down and you're like, oh my god, what do I do about Bilbo? Now he's just Bilbo just gets blocked by 1/1 tokens here.
Torment of Golan. Oh, I guess he was also drawing for club.
So is he giving up? Oh, he's giving up at 7/7 though, right?
Yeah, he was looking for club. Was pretty much it. I think it was legal on this crackback. I'm
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, once Rafael untaps, it's going to be a big problem.
Did he have one your turn? Had he had that 7/7 as a blocker? That's what I'm wondering because he could have deployed Urukai Berserker.
So chooses the
It was,
bird.
it was one more draw
This
either way.
this has got to be lethal, even from 10. I mean, the bird is 6 damage on its own. Just needs to find 4. I mean, he has 6 creatures that can attack. I mean, he's going to think about it. He knows that there is some fail case here, but
Yeah, if bird dies,
I
but then
think
it's still lethal.
he figures. I mean, what could he have? He needs multiple things here.
If bird dies, it wouldn't be lethal. Sorry, he's at 10. But then he would have to have a 1 mana answer for.
Yeah, no, it was just that turnaround. The Faramir plus Call of the Ring making a 1/1 every turn just made the board too wide for Tony to
He
take
didn't
care of.
even
Even though he got
reset.
off to he got off to a nice start. He put on the pressure, but we see the power of the of those rares, Bowmasters and Call of the Ring, showing up in both games. So congratulations to Rafael taking down the first round, and we'll be back to see what he does in the second round a little later.